and good morning to everyone, those who all are watching me here. I'm Kumar Saurabh, working in TIPS Division in Tamil Nadu as a physics faculty. So here I'm going to make my video lecture on a topic Newton's laws of motion on the demand of my student. Sorry, here I'm not visible in the video because of this lockdown. What to say about proper platform was available, but we cannot utilize that. Cameraman भी नहीं है, मतलब सब कुछ है, but police is not allowing me. It's a lockdown on behalf of government, so sorry, we cannot go for that. And here my language will be English as well as Hindi both, because हिंदी अभी भी भारतवर्ष के कई क्षेत्रों में बोली जाती है, इंग्लिश बहुतों को नहीं आती है. So here I will be choosing both the languages. So you should not have problem, I hope so. You will cooperate. Please cooperate. Okay. So without wasting the time, let's get started. Newton's laws of motion. Newton laws of motion, by name itself clear that this was all these laws were introduced by the scientist named as Newton. Okay. Here mainly three laws are there: first law, second law, and third law. First law is known as law of inertia. Second law is known as law of momentum. Third law is known as action reaction law. Why they are known like that, we will discuss here only, and numerical on that slowly all we will discuss. First of all, I like to clear that I will start from basic 0, 1, 2, 3 and I will take you to JEE level. Pakka, guaranteed. So have a trust on me. Believe in yourself and trust on me. Do your work, we will find out way. Pakka. Okay? So don't be panic in the starting. Okay? I will go very slow and smooth. और I will use both the languages, Hindi as well as English. तो चलिए, न्यूटन का पहला नियम, first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. Newton was basically a very good observer. You know, he observed the things very nicely. For example, this pen. This pen is at rest. After 1 minute, it will be at rest. After 1 hour, it will be at rest. After 1 year, also it will be at rest. Now, it's moving. So Newton was a very great observer. He told that, according to the first law of motion, simple, that if a body is at rest, it will remain at rest. Or if a body is in motion, it will be in motion until and unless any external force is applied on it. For example, this was at rest after 1 year also, after 10 years also. But now when force applied by my finger on this, it starts moving. So Newton was a very great observer. He only told that, simple, if a body at rest, it will be remain at rest. If a body in motion, it will be remain at motion until and unless any external force applied on that. Simple. That's why this law is also known as law of inertia. Acha, what is inertia now? Inertia is a property of a body by virtue of which it tries to maintain its state either at rest or in motion. For an example, this is at rest, or a car at rest. Okay, but when we try to push that car, जब हम उस कार को धक्का देना चाहेंगे, उसको आगे बढ़ाना चाहेंगे, तो we have to apply external force and that will oppose us. और वो कार हमें अपोज करेगी. That will not move so easily. Similarly, when a car is moving and when we apply the brake, and then all of a sudden it's not going to stop. All of a sudden it will not stop. It will take some time. It will travel some distance. थोड़ा दूर चलने के उपरांत ही वह जाकर रुकेगी. इसी को कहते हैं inertia. ओके, inertia के कारण जो यथा स्थिति में है वो उस स्थिति को बनाए रखना चाहता है. Okay, if a body at rest or in motion, it want to maintain its state of rest or motion. This is a property of inertia. Okay, already I told definition one time. You can listen me properly. Okay, so inertia definition okay. Done. Now second law. Second law is also known as law of momentum. Why it is known as law of momentum? First of all, let us discuss what is momentum. Momentum is defined as the product of mass of the body to its velocity. P is equal to mv. Means momentum is nothing else but mass of the body into the velocity of body by it is moving. For example, this. Suppose this pen is having 100 gram mass and velocity of this pen right now is 0. So momentum of this pen is 0 at this instant. So momentum of the pen is 0 at this instant. Why? Because velocity is 0. Because velocity is 0. For example, this pen will have some velocity. This pen will have some velocity 2 meter per second. So what I will do, I will multiply this 100 gram, that is 0.1 kg, into this 2 meter per second, that will be giving the momentum. Okay. Now let us carefully watch over here. Momentum. Momentum definition properly clear. Pause the screen, note all this thing. Very important is all. Okay, na? Properly notes are given and I'm discussing also properly. The momentum P is equal to mv. It's a dot product or cross product. Look at carefully. It is a dot product or cross product. Think, pause the screen and think. It is neither dot product nor cross product. Neither dot nor cross product, because for dot product we need two different vector quantities. Dot product, you must have studied a dot b is equal to ab cos theta. A and b both are vector. Here velocity is a vector, but what about m? M is a mass, a purely scalar quantity. So it is neither a dot product nor a cross product. It is simple ordinary multiplication. Don't get confused. Many they think dot or cross. It is simple ordinary multiplication. Because for dot product we need two vectors. This is a vector, okay. This is a scalar quantity. Okay, very good. It is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. This vector quantity means it has a direction. It has two things: magnitude, second direction, third it must follow the vector law of addition. That is known as vector quantity. Means vector quantities, once again I will make separate video on vectors also. In there I will elaborate, but here I am discussing just vector quantities are those quantities which has magnitude as well as direction, and they must follow the vector law of addition. So it follow vector law of addition, so it's a vector quantity. Vector law of addition means here I will elaborate a little bit. For example, suppose current passing through this resistor. From here 3 ampere, from here 4 ampere, and suppose angle between the wire is 90 degree. So here current will pass 7 ampere, but current has direction. See, like this coming, like this coming, like this coming. Current has magnitude also, but current is a purely scalar quantity, or in other words you can say current is a tensor quantity. Tensor quantity. What tensor quantity? Because it has magnitude, it has direction, but it do not follow the vector law of addition. Vector law of addition says that, vector law of addition says that resultant is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, where theta is angle between them. So according to that, I will not write like that 4 ka square plus 3 ka square, means like this 4 ka square plus 3 ka square plus 2 plus 2 4 into 3 cos 90 0. So 4 ka square plus 3 ka square is equal to 25, means 5 ampere. Means here answer is 7, not 5. So it do not follow vector law of addition. So it is a tensor quantity, and tensor quantity, where I have written, here I have written tensor quantity, and up to your level in class 12th under. When you will go in graduation, then you will come to know what is the tensor quantity properly. So like this, here all these tensor quantities are 99% tensor quantities are purely scalar quantities. So no need to worry. Simple. 99% tensor quantities are purely scalar quantity. So leave that. This I will discuss once again when I will be making a video on vectors. Okay. So it is a purely vector quantity. SI unit means standard international unit of standardization, or MKS unit. We can also say MKS unit means meter kg per second. Meter kg second means mass should be measured in kg, distance should be measured in meter, and time should be measured in second. So what is the unit of mass? Kg. Unit of velocity? Meter per second. Also Newton into second. You'll come to know why Newton 2 second. So that's why SI unit means international unit of standardization is kg meter per second, or this is also known as MKS unit. This is also known as MKS unit. Okay, very good. Vector quantity, it can be negative, it can be positive, it can be zero. Okay, this is all about momentum. So now let's come on the second law of motion, that is also known as law of momentum. So before that we must be knowing about momentum. So we come to know about momentum. Now what is that law? The rate of change in momentum is directly proportional to the external force applied on the body. Means the rate of change of momentum, the rate of change of velocity, anything in physics basically or mathematics, rate of change if not mentioned, rate of change means with respect to time. Anything changing, the rate of change of velocity means the velocity is changing with respect to time. The rate of change of displacement means the displacement is changing with respect to time. Anything changes means that we define with respect to rate. I mean, whenever we take this name, rate of change of means anything changing with respect to time only, then we write by default time only. That's why we write the rate of change of momentum means rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the external force applied on it. Means the momentum is changing with respect to time. Or in other words, we can also say that change in momentum with respect to time is equal to the external force applied on the body. See, F, rate of change of momentum means momentum is changing with respect to time, and momentum is P is equal to mv. See, dp by dt. With respect to time it is changing, but t is a time. Okay, very good. Up to here clear. Is equal to, and what is momentum? M into v. Just now we have learned here. So the rate of change of momentum is equal to this. Acha, if we suppose mass is a constant, if we are treating here mass is a constant, then we will take mass outside the differentiation. And Fm will come outside, dv by dt. This will become dv by dt. And dv by dt, we all know that the rate of change of velocity with respect to time is nothing but acceleration. The rate of change of velocity with respect to time is nothing but acceleration. So F is equal to m. We cannot say directly that second law of momentum is F is equal to ma. Why? Because here we have taken mass outside the differentiation quantity. Only we suppose this as a constant. If suppose mass is not constant, na, so we cannot take mass outside the differentiation. For an example, actually I am telling you, mass vary with respect to time or not. Basically in Newtonian physics, mass do not vary with respect to time. In Newtonian physics or classical physics, this all we are studying Newtonian physics. But actual formula of the mass is, here I would like to mention you little bit, sorry. mr is equal to m naught 1 minus v square by c square. Yeah, this is the formula. Rest mass was 1 kg, 1 minus this quantity is very small, so 0.999999999. Here I like to show you once again that 0.999999999 is equal to this whole under root this 1. See, 1 is coming. That only I want to show you. Means any quantity divided by 1, that will be same. So that's why rest mass and relative mass both are equal when the velocity of that particular moving object is very slow, means very low with compared to this. In this day-to-day life we can see 100 meter per second maximum, you can say in numerical 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 30 meter per second. The fastest man in this world, Mark Usain Bolt, 10 meter per second. So we cannot touch this velocity. When velocity will be compared to this velocity, when object will have velocity compared to this the velocity of light, then mass of that object will vary with respect to time. Pakka. For example, an object moving with a velocity 10 to the power 8 meter per second, which is compared to the light, which is 1/3 of the light. So when you will put here, so it will come 1 by 3. So 1 minus 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3 ka whole under root. Now this will be affected. See, so it will affect this value now. So that time it will be affected when body have velocity compared to the velocity of light. Otherwise, mass never vary in Newtonian physics. In Newtonian physics, mass never vary with respect to time. until and unless any given criteria is there. Okay, so meanwhile the moral of the story is this. Sorry, where is this page? Moral of the story is this only, that I have taken mass constant, then only I have taken this mass, means mass was constant with respect to time, so mass was outside, then I have done this dv by dt, then I got F is equal to ma. Many students, what they do, Newton's second law, F is equal to ma, which is wrong. F is equal to ma only possible when mass was constant. When mass was constant, I have taken this outside, then dv by dt becomes a. Mark my word, when mass will not be constant, then we have to differentiate mass also with respect to time and velocity also with respect to time. Here, if you know the differentiation, then you must be knowing multiplication rule of differentiation is applicable here. Then here, multiplication means first differentiation into second plus second differentiation into first. That will be applicable here. That I will discuss later on if required. Okay. Okay. So F is equal to ma. F is equal to nothing but F is equal to ma. Okay. Where this is known as force. Where this is known as force. So force is nothing but rate of change in momentum is force. Or we can also say that change in momentum upon change in time. Because rate of change in momentum is by default rate of change of velocity, means velocity changing with respect to time. Rate of change in displacement means displacement changing with respect to time. So similarly, rate of change in momentum means this momentum is changing with respect to time. Means change in momentum by change in time. That is force, nothing else. Okay. But mark my word, only change in momentum is not force. Change in momentum is impulse. Here only I will clarify, but change in momentum is impulse. But rate of change of momentum or change in momentum with respect to time is force. Change in momentum is impulse. Side by side I will differentiate. First of all, force, don't worry. The SI unit of the force, SI unit means, again I am writing MKS unit, again I have written here MKS unit. Whatsoever I am underlining, these are the important points. MKS unit. Okay. MKS unit means mass should be measured in kg, distance in meter, time in second. Okay. Okay. So mass MA, kg, meter per second square. So SI unit of the force is kg meter per second square. Kg meter per second square. Okay. Okay. This is also equal to 1 Newton. Name of a scientist, nothing else, defined by Newton. So name, his surname was given. This is also equal to 1 Newton. Okay. Now CGS unit. CGS means this was MKS. Means now length will be measured in centimeter, mass will be measured in gram, and time in second only. So this will become gram, this will become centi, this will become per second square. Gram centimeter per second square, which is known as dyne. No need to worry. Again, it is the name of a scientist denoted like this. Okay. So MKS, CGS, SI unit, CGS unit. Okay. CGS unit of the forces, dyne. Standard unit of the forces, Newton. Okay. So many book they used to ask, many exam also they used to ask conversion between 1 Newton and dyne. So 1 Newton means kg meter per second square. Okay, very good. Now here I will convert this into gram. Then how much I will get? 1 kg is equal to how many grams? 10 to the power 3 grams. 1000 grams. 1 meter is equal to how many centimeter? 100 centimeter. Second, no need to convert. So totally they become 10 to the power 5 grams centimeter per second square, which is nothing but a dyne. Which is nothing but this whole quantity is a dyne. This whole quantity is a dyne. So that's why 1 Newton is also equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. Very important relation it is. No need to mug up. Here I explained that how 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. Okay. Okay. Second thing, force. Force is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. Force is a purely vector quantity because it follows the vector law of addition. It has a direction as well as magnitude, and it follows the vector law of addition, as I discussed earlier. So force is a purely vector quantity. It can be negative, 0 and positive. Now here comes the dimension of the force. Dimension of the force is mL to the power minus 2. For this I will make a separate video, don't worry, in the dimension formula, error and dimension. But those who are aware of this, they know how to write a dimension. For kg I will write m. For this dimension m I will write L. And since t for the time is at denominator, so that's why it will come to melee here, top t to the power minus 2, melee minus 2, so that t to the power minus 2, that's why is the dimension. I hope this is clear. Now, if you want to note anything, pause the screen and you can note everything. Now, I'm continuing my discussion. Here we are discussing about momentum. What is momentum? Here we are discussing about impulse. What is impulse? Change in momentum, but not with respect to time. Only change in momentum. Means change in momentum is not divided by the ratio of change in time. That will equal to impulse only. But when we divide change in momentum with respect to change in time, then I will get force. So impulse is nothing but change in momentum. J, impulse, denoted by capital J, like this. It is also a vector quantity. Change in momentum. See, change in momentum means delta P. Final momentum minus initial momentum means M outside V minus Vi. Final velocity minus initial velocity, because M will be common. M is constant, so taken outside. M1 V2 minus M1 V1. Okay, its SI unit is Newton into second. Newton into second or kg meter per second. Just this SI unit of this is same as the SI unit of momentum, but both are different quantities. Momentum is only momentum, but change in momentum is impulse, and change in momentum with respect to time is force. See here, this is only change in momentum, therefore its SI unit is same, just like momentum. Okay, and dimension is also same. Dimension of this and this same. So here we drawn one whole conclusion that we have हमको एक और इससे एक बात समझ में आई कि whenever dimension is same, that doesn't mean that both the quantities will be same. See, this and that, momentum as well as impulse are having same dimension. इनकी dimension quantity same है, लेकिन ये दोनों same quantity नहीं है, दोनों अलग अलग है. Okay, they are not same, they are different. Okay, good. So now I will start. Since we have studied here about force, so here I will like to discuss something about deeply force, then I will go on the third law. Okay. This was the first. First of all, I will discuss about force. What force? Definition, proper, it was given by me, the rate of change of momentum. Okay. Unit also given, physical quantity also given, that is vector quantity, everything I have given. You must have noted. If you have not noted, then pause the screen and note this. You can note this. Pause your screen and note it. Okay, I am switching. Force. Basically, forces are of two types: non-contact force and contact force. Okay, non-contact force and contact force. So, let us discuss how many types of non-contact force. Non-contact force: electromagnetic force, nuclear force, gravitational force. Electromagnetic force of many types: electrostatic force, magnetic force. Then here the electromagnetism in electromagnetic force will come. Okay, many, that all you will study in class 12th, except this one, gravitational force. Once again, electromagnetic force, nuclear force, weak nuclear force, strong. This you will study in modern physics. Modern physics. Here electrostatic force, magnetic force, then Lorentz force will be there. Then one or two more forces will come, so that you will study in class 12th. Leave about this. Gravitational force. Okay, only one thing I will discuss, that here strongest force is the nuclear force and weakest force is the gravitational force. Once again, strongest force is the nuclear force, weakest force the gravitational force. Here I will not discuss how. Later on, other video I will make, in that I will discuss. These all are non-contact force. Non-contact force means that for them contact is not necessary. For example, this pen, if I will leave this pen, automatically this will fall down. Is any hand came from the earth? क्या धरती माता से कोई हाथ निकल के came from the earth and hold this one and draw this and pull this one down? No. Contact is not there, but though this force is acting. So that's why non-contact force. For example, electromagnetic force में magnetic force देख लेते हैं. Magnetic force means when I will take north pole and south pole. Suppose अगर मैं north pole south pole लेता हूँ, तो they will attract each other. Obviously, north pole, suppose they are magnets attract. First of all, when they are separated like this, so can you see, are they in contact? No. ये कांटेक्ट में नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी इनके बीच में फोर्स कार्य कर रहा है. The force is acting between them without the contact. That's why these such type of forces are known as non-contact force, and they will be attracted like this. Okay. Contact force means for that contact is necessary, just like normal tension, friction, spring force. Okay, friction force means gharshan, whenever rubbing of two surface. So see, contact is necessary here, friction force. We cannot produce friction like this, see, no friction like this here. हाँ, but friction like this, the sound you can hear, the heat you can feel, वो आप उष्मा शक्ति महसूस कर सकते हैं. So for these all forces, contact is necessary. Tension is string. Normal, see, normal on my hand because of this pain, this weight, all that. For this contact is necessary. For this contact is not necessary. Okay. So in this chapter, here we will focus on these forces. This in class 12. All this except then this. For this separate chapter is the gravitational force. In gravitation, we will study these all. Okay. For this, I will make a separate video. Okay. So contact force, how many types? Normal force, tension force, friction force, spring force. Okay. Normal force means normal force always act perpendicular, always act at the perpendicular normal or perpendicular area of the contact. Very good. Normal force means it always act between two bodies. Whenever two bodies are in contact, pushing to each other or kept on each other. For example, a block is kept on a block like this. That I will show you, making that then normal will act. And suppose we are standing on the ground, then normal is acting on our feet. When we are sitting on the bench, then on our back normal is acting. Okay, so that is a normal force. Tension force, it always tensile in nature, that is the properly I will discuss. It always act along the pulling body such as string and rod. Very good. For example, now I am pulling this pen, so tension is there in this pen. Okay, suppose a string will be there like this. Suppose a string is there, like in a loose in the loose motion no tension is there, but in tight, when I will push, tension will not be there. When I will pull, tension will be there. Okay, so this is a tension in the body. Okay, it always in a pulling body, whenever it will pull, the tension will be there. Okay, friction, two types, static, kinetic. Spring force, a force of spring we compress, we feel the force. We expand the spring, we feel the force. Spring, you must be knowing spring. Okay, like this type of structure is there in the spring. So normal force, first of all we talk about normal force. It always act perpendicular at the area of contact between two bodies. By name itself clear that normal force, normal means perpendicular, 90 degree. Whenever two bodies are in contact, the normal force between them always act at 90 degree at the surface area of contact. When I will make you diagram, free body diagram, it will be more clear. These all points are very worth noting. You will not get in book. This will help you while solving the numericals. So please note it down. I am explaining. It always compressive in nature. ये हमेशा compressive in nature होता है. It always try to compress the body. It will be never tensile in nature. ये हमेशा body को squeeze करना चाहेगा. It will always want to squeeze the body. ये हमेशा body को squeeze करना चाहेगा. It will never be compressive. Sorry, it will never be tensile. Body को कभी extend नहीं करेगा. It will always be compressive. Okay, nature clear compressive. Second thing, it always act normal, the area of contact between two bodies. Okay, it always tensile in nature. That is not extensive. Sorry, it is not extensive. It always act along the pulling. For example, this line means it is always tensile in nature. For example, suppose two bodies are tied with a string. Now this body want to push this body with a string. This body will be pushed? No. But if these bodies are tied with a string, अगर मैं इसको खींचना चाहूं, if I want to pull this body, I can pull this body, but I cannot push this body. मैं इस बॉडी को धक्का देके पुश नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन मैं इस बॉडी को खींच अवश्य सकता हूं. तो यही ये कह रहा है कि हमेशा ये टेंसाइल होगा, कभी कंप्रेसिव नहीं होगा. जस्ट इसका अपोजिट, ये हमेशा कंप्रेसिव होगा, टेंसाइल नहीं होगा, और ये हमेशा टेंसाइल होगा, कंप्रेसिव नहीं होगा. That's why in the string always you can feel tensile force. You can never feel compressive force. So that's why it always tensile in nature, not extensive, and it always act along the pulling body, such like rod or string. ठीक है, इसकी डायरेक्शन क्या थी? Always perpendicular to the area of contact of the bodies. Okay, this direction. इसकी डायरेक्शन always along the pulling bodies. For example, suppose I am pulling like this, so tension will be up. I am pulling like this, tension will be down. I am pulling parallel, so tension will be straight like this. तो ये हमेशा string के along होगा tension. Tension will be always along the string or any other pulling body, such like rod. If I will replace string by rod, so along the rod. Okay, I hope I am clear. If you want to note this, pause the screen and note it. Pause the screen and note it. Okay. Now here it after the last but not the least, Newton's third law of motion. This you must people have, almost all of you are familiar about this. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. For example, by basic general example, day-to-day life, if you slap someone, he or she will not leave you, she will also slap you. Means to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. और that was just a kiddish example, वो बस एक मजाकिया हास्य व्यंग था. जैसे कि firing of bullet, firing of bullet. The bullet is fired like this. Bullet comes out, but you also feel jerk in your hand. So that is the best example of Newton's third law. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Here no formula will be coming. Simple this line. But application of this will be used. Okay, but application of this will be used. Okay, so let us utilize these all things on the numericals. For example, suppose this here. Ab dekho. Here after I am going to tell you something about FBD. FBD means free body diagram. Here I am not writing full form. You must write, otherwise I am writing suppose free body diagram. Free body diagram. Free body diagram, again I am telling you, this is the heart of the chapter. Basic hai. If you don't know this, mark my word, you cannot solve any numerical. So you must be knowing that how to make free body diagram and how to solve the numericals. How to make free body diagram and how to solve the numericals. Because while solving the numericals, free body diagram will help you a lot. So you must be knowing how to make free body diagram. Okay? Okay. So let's get started. For free body diagram means let that body be free. Free body diagram means let that body be free in space and observe that how many forces are acting on that body. Show them. Free body diagram completed. Once again I am saying that free body diagram means nothing but let that body, observe that body freely in a space. And now observe how many forces directly, either contact or non-contact, both. How many forces, either contact or non-contact, directly acting on that body. Mention them, free body diagram completed. For example, this first figure. This first figure hai. Okay, here I will like to make free body diagram. जैसे कि mass m, let this body free in space. This will be attracted down by the gravity. So mg kilai. But is it going down? No, it is on the surface, so it is not going down. So who is balancing this body? A normal surface melee applied by this surface on this body. A normal force applied by the surface on this body up. Okay, so this is balance. So this is balance. So here not going up, not going down. It is in equilibrium, balance. So here I will write n is equal to mg. Okay, okay, good. Now similarly free body diagram for this. Free body diagram for this I will make like this. So I will make like here, suppose here I am making. This is m1 and this is m2, this is m1. Okay, good. m2g n1 by this surface, and this will be m1g, and this is n2. n2 applied by m1, or let it be n2 applied by what I was saying. I was saying that here n2 applied. Listen here, first of all, m2g, okay, because of this weight. So this normal was provided by the surface on this m2, melee up. This free body diagram completed. Now listen here, m1g because of gravity, n2 was applied by this m2 surface, not by this surface, ground surface, by the surface of this block on m1, like this, applied. n2 was applied by this M2 surface on this one, on M1. So that's why it is not coming down, it is over here. So this surface is applying force on this one. Okay, now free body diagram completed. No, one mistake is there, listen here. This N2 is applied by whom? M2, melee on M1. Okay, so M1 will say that I will not leave you, I will apply Newton's third law. ये छोड़ देगा, ये नहीं छोड़ेगा ना. This will also say that to every action there is equal and opposite reaction, as we heard in Newton's third law. So this N2 is applied by M2 on N1. So M1 will also apply N2 on M2. One second, listen me. This N2 is applied by this block. This N2 is applied by this block on this block. So this block M1 will also say that I will not leave you, मैं छोड़ूंगा नहीं तुम्हें. I will also apply the same amount of force in opposite direction on you. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. This is Newton's third law. Newton's third law, to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. That's why now free body diagram is completed. Okay na? Because to every action there is equal and opposite reaction, and these two are known as action reaction pair. Once again, and these two forces are known as action reaction pair. Action reaction pair, AR pair. Their main property is that they are equal in magnitude, okay, they are opposite in direction, as they are shown in the figure, opposite in direction. See, they are equal in magnitude, N2. Opposite in direction, one is up, melee, another is down, niche, keelei. Third, they always act on different bodies. Always act on different bodies. They always act on different bodies. See, one is acting on M1, one is acting on M2. One is acting on M1, other is acting on M2. Now you will say, sir, this N is equal to mg, they are also action reaction pair. Yes, why? Because equal in magnitude, N is equal to mg, opposite in direction. But not acting on two different bodies, na? It is acting on same body M. So they are not action reaction pair. They are not action reaction pair. N is equal to mg, no doubt, equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. But this third criteria, the very important one, is missing. Always act on different bodies. They are acting on same bodies. So they are not action reaction pair. So you will ask me, sir, that what is the action reaction for this normal? I will say, yes, you are right. Here this normal is applied by the surface on this M. This is surface, normal applied by the surface on this M, melee. So this M kg mass will also apply a normal force N on this surface. Once again, this normal is applied by whom? By the surface on this M. So M will also apply N because of this body weight, N like this on this surface. And now they are AR pair. Now they are again action reaction pair. Equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, up and down, melee, keelei, always act on different bodies. They are action reaction pair, but they both are not action reaction pair. So that's why here my main motto was from free body diagram to tell you this. Okay, action reaction pair. They are action reaction pair, equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, always act on different bodies. Very conceptual point and good question are formed from here. Okay, this was first, this was second. Okay, now here after, suppose if I will ask you one question, that why action reaction is a very famous question. Why action reaction pair do not cancel each other? Why? Pause your screen for 1 minute and think. 1 or 2 minutes and think that why action reaction pair do not cancel each other. I am explaining. Why action reaction pair do not cancel each other? Action reaction pair do not cancel each other because they always act on different bodies. So how they can cancel each other? If they would be acting on same bodies, then only they can cancel each other, na? So answer is very simple, because they always act on different bodies. Because they always act on different bodies, so they do not cancel each other. So answer is very simple, because they always act on different bodies. Because they always act on different, हमेशा वो दो अलग अलग भिन्न बॉडियों पे लगते हैं, इसलिए वो कैंसिल नहीं कर पाते. ओके, एक दूसरे को. सो दिस इज कंप्लीटेड ऑल एंड आउट. लेट्स डिस्कस मोर क्वेश्चंस. ओके, देखो जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल दिस थर्ड क्वेश्चन, ये ब्लॉक है. ओके, 20 न्यूटन अप्लाइड इन दिस डायरेक्शन, सरफेस स्मूथ है, इसका एक्सेलरेशन पूछा जा रहा है. फाइंड द एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ द ब्लॉक. तो एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ द ब्लॉक इज सिंपल. एम इतना है, इतना एफ इज इक्वल टू एम में. ओके, एफ इज इक्वल टू एम में, तो ए इज इक्वल टू एफ बाई एम. ओके ओके, एफ कितना है 20, एम कितना है 500, दैट इज 2/50. ये रॉन्ग है, गलत. Why? Because see, mass is in gram. Mass is in gram, G. This is in Newton. So force is kg meter per second square and mass is kg. How gram can cancel kg? You tell me. This mass was in here gram and this was in kg. How gram can cancel kg? How gram can cancel kg? They cannot cancel each other, so this is wrong. So our answer will not come in meter per second. So first of all, convert this gram into kg. So 500 gram is equal to 0.5 kg. Okay, now apply. A is equal to F by M, that is 20/0.5. This is, as we already know, that unit of force is kg meter per second square, that is Newton. So kg meter per second square and 0.5 kg. तो kg cancelled. Answer will come 200/5. That is C. Because 10 multiplied, तो 5 1 जा, 5 4 जा and 0. So answer is 40 meter per second square, because now meter per second square is remaining. See here. So that's why acceleration unit now came meter per second square. So here answer is 40 meter per second square. Here answer is 40 meter per second square rather than this. This is a wrong. It was a wrong persuasion. ये तरीका ही गलत है, ये माध्यम ही गलत है. चलिए ठीक है, और न्यूमेरिकल लेते हैं. जैसे कि ये हुआ, ठीक है. अभी इसको देखते हैं. हियर इट इज आस्किंग क्लियरली दैट इट इज आस्किंग, वेट अ व्हाइल. नाउ हियर दे आर आस्किंग दैट फाइंड द, और वन स्टेप ज्यादा ले लिया क्या? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हियर था क्या? हाँ, सॉरी क्लास, सॉरी. हियर आई मिस्ड वन न्यूमेरिकल हियर, दैट्स व्हाई आई वाज सर्चिंग फॉर दैट ओनली. ये फोर्थ न्यूमेरिकल इधर है. 1 2 3 was here, fourth is here. Here this we have to solve this one. Here space is not there, somewhere else I will solve, but I will solve. There this question, note this question, 20 kg. This is smooth. Later on you will come to know that why smooth. And friction, I will give friction, then I will teach friction also, but first of all smooth है ये, this smooth. 2 kg, F is equal to 20 Newton applied like this, 37 degree, like this. Okay, so we have to solve this. You must be knowing the value of cos 37 and sin 37. Here I am writing because otherwise you can't solve this numerical. So cos 37, we have to resolve the force. Cos 37 is equal to 4/5. Sin 37 is equal to 3/5. You must be knowing these values are very standard value. You must be knowing all this. So here question is asking find the acceleration. Here question asking find the acceleration of the block. You have to find the acceleration of the block. First of all, find the acceleration of the block. Second, and also find the normal reaction on the block exerted by the surface. Means how much normal reaction, just like here, normal reaction. Suppose here I will ask normal reaction. So here normal reaction, what? N is equal to mg. So here N is equal to this much kg. This much kg. This is only normal reaction. So here also what will be normal reaction? Let us find it out. Let us find out that. Okay. It's a rough paper. I will use this rough paper to solve this numerical. Numerical is here. Okay, side by side. So first of all, make free body diagram. Let this body be free in space. This is, I am taking g is equal to 10 meter per second square. So 2 into g, 20 Newton में kilei down. Okay, this is a force acting like this here. Okay, so this angle is 37 degree as shown in the figure. So this will be F cos 37 and this will be F sin 37, sin theta or sin 37. Okay, and this will be normal. So okay, normal applied by the surface. So this will be hodgepodge. I'm making this one more separate figure here.